Okay. Hey, everyone. So good to see you today. It's happy Tuesday, the last Tuesday of August. We are flying in on the Power Series right now. And I'm so excited to have you guys here. Make sure that you put in the chat what streams you're coming from because we know we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm going to really ask you guys to share this out to other people, share the message so that we can help them too, because power is definitely ours, right? So let's get started. We're here at Honor Your Health, and I am Terrell Sally Holloman, founder of Living Loving You Well, and I'm also a coach, speaker, and author. I'm a blood types a lifestyle health coach, and I equip, and I'm really excited about doing this for professional women and helping them heal their bodies from disease using the blood type style way of doing it so that they thrive unapologetically while they're here on this earth. So let's get this going because my girl, Coach Kim, is here and she's going to introduce herself too.
Hello, thank you so much, Coach T. I am Coach Kim. I am your Kingdom financial coach. I am author, speaker. I am coach, and I coach single moms, but not limited to, to bring healing to their finances while getting to the root of the matter in order to create generational wealth. Over to you, Coach T.
All right. So we're in the house this week. You guys have seen the series for this month. We've been doing power of no, right? We did the power of no, power of forgiveness. And last week was a doozy. Power of discipline. All right. So there is a difference because now we're talking about the power of consistency. Check out the power of discipline if you missed it. But the power of consistency, because, you know, Coach Kim and I love words, and words are powerful and we get snared by our words. I'm sure I've said that before. But when I looked up the word consistency, it's almost like, well, let me put it in my frame, is that those things that we do repeatedly on a frequent basis. Like for instance, I brush my teeth every single day. That is consistency, right? Brushing my teeth, because if I don't brush my teeth, well, what can happen to your teeth? Well, if you don't brush your teeth in a long time, they could definitely get halitosis. You could have your teeth start rotting, the whole thing that goes with that. But that's what I'm saying. Consistency is about doing something frequently over time. And since we're talking about our health, and our health includes a lot of things, the physical, the mental, emotional, and the spiritual, and sometimes even the social. Okay, what are we learning how to be consistent with in our lives to make it very powerful for us to come and take it back? Because this is the last Tuesday in August, and we want to finish strong, right, Coach Kim? We want to finish strong and really do what we need to do. So I'm going to let Coach Kim share some things in reference to consistency, and we're going to kind of go back and forth on this.
When you were talking about consistency, one of the words that I saw from Webster, I'm not going to do the whole thing. It says an agreement, but it says harmony.
Mm.
In harmony with whatever that is. You could put your thing in the block, but and I said that, I mean, think about when something is harmonized and going together. It just like really sounds good. So I think, well, what area do you need to harmonize so it can be good for you? And that's what I thought about that word right there, because when I think about harmony, it's like, okay, I'm hearing a sound, it's sounding good, it's luring to me, and perhaps I want to go hear it again. So I think about with us being consistent, that what do we do or perhaps want to do that is where we can be consistent so we can harmonize, so we can work together, whether it's our health or whether it's our wealth. We could just make it flow because harmony flows. There's a flow in it, and that's
Ooh,
really the place we want to hey, that's where we really want to for you to get today. We want you to get into the flow. So think about a river that's just flowing. If there's different flows in the river, but if you have a flow with ease and it's just flowing, and it's just, some people get in a one of those tubes and they go down the river, and at one point in the river, it's like really calm, and you just relax. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the flow. And so, with the consistency, that's what like I said, depending where you are, whether your body, your wealth, whatever, your relationships, that it can just get into a flow where it's harmonizing with each other.
Oh, I love that word you said, harmonizing the flow. You just go with the flow. And it really, that picture was really good because it really gives you that sense of calmness, tranquility, serenity. When we are in a consistency in our bodies or in our minds, everything is clear. That's what word is coming up to. It's clear. You're able to focus when you're consistent, right? There's this
Yes.
harmonious flow that makes it so clear for you. You know exactly what to do. Because when you're inconsistent, that's when disruption happens. You know, you're just chaotic all over the place. You're not really allowing the flow or harmonic sounds. Like when we hear an orchestra play, you have the strings, you have the drums, you have the trumpets, and they all harmonize together to make a beautiful symphony for us. But when they're out of tune, like a piano, when it's out of tune, it sounds screeching. It sounds. That's what we talk about consistency. You hear, you know, I have to share this. When I used to work for this big corporation, I would have women say to me, "Oh my gosh, I've been so inconsistent. You know, I just can't seem to get the consistency back. You know, I was in such a rhythm." That's a word for somebody today. I was in such a rhythm when we talk about that harmonious flow that now something happened in life and threw them off course. So when we talk about consistency, what's happening in your life that can bring you back that power, you know? And it starts with a couple of things. I'm going to name a couple of things. Coach Kim, you share, you know, what your thoughts on this. But I believe it starts with your why. We talked about that a lot. And when you don't have your why, that's when it's not clear. You know, you're not flowing, you don't have any focus. Maybe you're procrastinating. That happens to a lot of people. They procrastinate because they're not clear and they're not focused and they don't know what to do. So the consistency goes out the window. But when we honor our health, when we honor your health, you know, it's so, I want to make sure I use my words correctly. It's really in consideration for your benefit to find ways that you can stay healthy. When we are eating foods that work for our blood type, when we are working out and exercising that works for your blood type, when you are sleeping or drinking water or having really harmonious relationships with people who uplift you, that care about you, that love you, that want to see you win, okay? And put that all together with your emotions also in line with this, that's when you get that symphony, you know? Because listen, life is going to happen. Life is going to happen. I just thought about it because I'll be traveling soon. And I was thinking about this, Coach Kim. I have to be consistent. I'm going to have to find a way to make sure I still eat, you know, pretty much within reason. Make sure I still work out, drink my water. I was thinking of all these things. I said, okay, I can bring my water bottle so I can fill it up 100 times if I want to, right? Instead of buying bottled water, right? So it's just different things of ways of finding how you are consistent so that you can have that flow and harmonious rhythm to your life. What are your thoughts on that, Coach Kim?
Oh, wow. I'm going to go back to the river. And why I'm going to go back to the river, because when I was describing the harmony and you're in a the tube and you're going down the river, and I'm talking about the calm part. I'm not talking about where it gets wild because that anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But it's a form of trust, you know? It's a form of trust. And I believe that when we get into a consistency, then that's actually a form of trust that we are trusting whatever that process is. And I think
Mhm.
that is it because without the trust, then you're going to go be going against whatever you're supposed to be doing or should be doing, or perhaps you were given the steps to do and you decided, you know what, I don't trust those steps, even though that might have worked for her. I don't think those steps are going to work for me. So I'm going to maybe just skip step two and maybe I'll go to step three. But you really need to trust the process, even with consistency, so you can harmonize and you can work together, you can build that trust so you can know, okay, that really does work. Now I can make it to my next step without feeling like I just tumbled and fell.
Yeah, because I feel a lot of people fear that. There's the fear of failure. So they don't trust the process and they go from step one to step four thinking, well, like you said, It didn't work in the past, or maybe it worked in the past, but now it's years later and you're trying it again. And you're like, will I get the same results? Right? Because you think about it, when we start working consistently in the good sense, because there's consistency in the negative sense too. Okay, let's be real. But when you start working consistently on things that are helping you improve your health, you will see changes. And those changes are going to, for some people, you might look different, you might feel different. People might judge you or may not judge you. That happens too, depending on what you're working on consistency with. And you're in a different space. By that time, your mind is so much clearer. And that I feel that you get almost this revelation, almost like this elation that happens when you're so consistent and you're seeing the light right there. I mean, you're so close to your goal and you're ready to hit it. And then, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. But it is happening because you trust in the process and you're following along. Consistency is a word that I believe a lot of people use quite loosely because they interchange it with discipline. Discipline we talked about, and check our video out. But discipline is the behavior. Consistency is the frequency of what we're doing, the action of. But the whole thing is, again, it's starting and don't stop. Right, Coach Kim?
Wow, the starting, right? I'm thinking about when we're starting whatever, because we're trying to be consistent in whatever we're tackling. We're trying to be consistent, and the starting is creating healthy habits. You know, you think of a child, normally you start training them to brush their teeth. And you might have to put a timer on to say, okay, when this is finished, or when there's some people use the sand and they turn it upside down, when it's finished, then you're finished. But you have to train them, and it has to be consistent. It has to be every day, because you can tell when it's not every day. Because if it's not, if you're the parent is not saying, okay, do this, do this, do this, then it's not going to make a difference to them if they skip, because it hasn't been into that consistency. And those are those steps again, you know, and it's rewards and consistency. Think about
Oh,
that.
yes.
Ooh,
That's a
yes.
word for somebody today.
Yes,
Reward.
there is rewards in consistency. Whether it's those last 10 pounds you need to lose, or whether it's building up your emergency fund, or whatever that weather is, it's really, I think I'm gonna steal that one for myself. There is rewards in consistency.
I love it. There is rewards and consistency. We're going to kind of leave it off on that note because when we're consistent, it is very rewarding. And I want to put up here so we can show everybody how they can contact us during this time. I know next month is September, and a lot of us are making changes and doing the things. But, one thing we want to leave you with is the power of being consistent. Like Coach Kim said, whether it's 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, whether it's you building up your emergency fund or having 3 months worth of emergency fund if you're already past that, we can definitely work together. We love to connect with you. Reach out to us on our social media handles. I know Coach Kim is on YouTube like myself. We're both on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find us around the spaces. But I'll share with you what's going on currently with me. October 9th, Shift Your Sugar 5-day challenge. Now, I know there's resistance there because everybody loves that sugar. They love the cakes, the cookies, ice cream, and all that. But I have to tell you, when we talk about consistency and you're looking to get healthy and get rid of the weight or just feel good about yourself or get the clearer skin or, whatever it is, we can definitely start working on it in the 5-day challenge, October 29th. So you definitely want to go to the link, which is lovingyouwell.com, shift dash your dash sugar to get in there. Okay, because this is the last time for August for to get the special investment. After that, it goes up and you won't get that price, that investment again. So Coach Kim, tell me a little bit of what you're doing with regard to your finances.
Yes, I have a financial exam, and I'm excited about that because I know, just as you go to your, well, or should go to the doctor every year just to get a checkup and see, where you are and where you need to go. That's the same thing in a sense with the financial exam. We look at where you are in a sense. What financial symptoms are you having? Some people are having stress because their money is acting funny, as they say. And we just go to that and we come up with a plan. And we come after you come out with a plan, we get a little checkup. You know how they say we'll follow up with you in 2 weeks? Yes, we're gonna follow up to see, are you actually implementing what you have been given in your plan to help you be able to move forward so you can be free, you can reduce stress, and you can start to build wealth.
And
That's what's
that's
going
right.
on.
Yeah, I tell you, because the cost of you not doing your finances or the cost of you not taking care of your health is really huge. So, we're just sharing with you what can be done and how we can help. So, thank you so much for being with us today. And we definitely look forward to seeing you again 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. So, guys, take it easy. See you next time.
See you next month.